Welcome to another Extra Butter. First, there was Fast and Furious. Then, there was Fast and Furious 2. Then, there was Fast and Furious 3. Then, all right, the heck with it. You know where we're going with this. Hobbs and Shaw hitting the big screen. Who you voting for? We'll find out as we talk to both Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham. Jurassic World the movie, now Jurassic World the ride. All the same stars, we'll be hanging out with them and taking you on your first virtual ride. Move over, Hannibal Lecter, there's a new creepy guy and his name is Dennis Quaid. Or whoever the character is that Dennis Quaid is playing. Regardless, Dennis Quaid and the rest join us on this edition of Extra Butter. We got some new people hanging out at the table where we like to talk about movies the way you talk about movies. Extra Butter roll call. Right now you know him, you love him, world famous radio and TV personality. It's Big Al Sams, everybody.
You check me out right here at Big Al Sams on Instagram.
Got it. It is comedian extraordinaire Heather Brent, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys can find me Instagram, Heather_Brent.
And world famous comedian E. Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, y'all? You can find me E. Clark Comedy on Instagram.
Awesome. You got a big gig coming up in September where?
At Chuckles Comedy Club in Memphis, Tennessee.
There you go. Speaking of comedy clubs, I saw you at Laughs Unlimited. What kind of pressure is that being a new comedian at a comedy club where Jerry Seinfeld used to cut his teeth, Robin Williams used to cut his teeth?
Wow.
So much pressure, but it's amazing to walk in there and know that all of those talented, famous people have been there, and that's where they got some of their start. So it's just wonderful.
Exactly. Jerry Seinfeld even said that the first time he bombed big was at Laughs Unlimited.
Wow.
Well, I
As
have
I recall,
followed in his footsteps.
The laughs were quite limited. That's what he said. And Big Al, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic.
Always a pleasure.
Always glad to be here, man.
All right,
It's good.
We're kind of geeked out about the movie that hit the theaters over the weekend. It didn't open up #1 over the weekend because Lion King, of course, roared. And we all knew that was going to open up, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
So good.
All right, where does this stack up with your favorite Quentin Tarantino films? Is it in your top 5?
No, it's not in my top 5.
Top 3?
It's in my top, well, he has done only 9 films,
Right.
so it's probably number 7.
What?
Yes.
All right.
yes,
Okay, all
yes.
right. So what's the best Quentin Tarantino film?
Pulp Fiction.
Absolutely.
Pulp Fiction. Right?
Where did this one fail you?
It just got slow in the middle.
Yeah.
But it picked up in the end. But a lot of Quentin Tarantino films do lag in the middle, but it lived up to his true Quentin Tarantino style at the end, though. And the actors were great.
How about Quentin in this movie? Did he fail you, or did he live up to what you would hope for Quentin Tarantino?
Hey, you know what? At first, my expectations were kind of trippy because I thought it was going to be La La Land with Quentin Tarantino.
Right?
No, it ain't La La Land in any stretch of the imagination. But he did an awesome job. I love this movie. Not quite, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Not quite Inglourious Bastards. Maybe not even Kill Bill. But this movie was right in the pocket right there.
I agree. It's not to be missed, and you've got to go see it in one of the theaters where Quentin does something that is a dying art. He shoots these things on film. You can see it in glorious 70mm in major cities like LA, New York. I think San Francisco has one. See it that way. I caught up with the cast to talk to them about Quentin Tarantino movie rituals.
We have a little mantra that me and the crew have been doing for a long time, where it's where we say, okay, we've got it, but we're going to do one more. And why are we going to do one more? And then the whole crew screams out, because we love making movies. And we do. We're living a great life that we're just absolutely blessed to live it.
And by the way, everyone does it with no embarrassment. Everyone's
scream
in.
it at the top of your lungs.
Everyone's in.
You know, honestly, on set, it's kind of like this. It's like a. I don't know, it's like an independent sort of student film, yet at an incredibly high budget with a lot of pressure. Like there's endless possibilities. Although you sort of stick to the Bible of the Tarantino screenplay, he also leaves these openings for anything to sort of happen.
That is so dope. We need an on-set ritual. Can we have an on-set ritual?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Did we get the take?
Yes.
Are we gonna do one more?
Yes.
Why are we doing one more?
Because Mark is making this.
That kind of sucked. All right, so Quentin Tarantino movies, I'm gonna put this in my top 3. With you, I think Django and/or Pulp Fiction are first for me, then Django and/or Pulp Fiction, whichever one's not going to be first, it's going to be second, and I think this is in my top 3. Then Inglourious Bastard. Go see it. It's a great family film. No, don't take the family to it.
No.
Great for a twisted date night out. All right, speaking of date night out, Hobbs and Shaw hitting theaters now. How huge is this?
Man.
Has any movie ever trailered up as good as this movie?
This is like Schwarzenegger and Stallone on steroids.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, this is everything that you want. And this movie is so anticipated because it takes it back to Rock's home island where he gets his family involved to fight the battle also.
Isn't there something so organic about that? It doesn't seem forced or perfunctory. It just seems so natural. Like, just from the trailer, we know this is going to be
Yes,
good.
yes. I mean, this right here, and the villain also that's what makes this movie great. I mean, Idris Elba is so intense,
Yes.
and you believe that he is out for whatever mission he's out for.
Heather, what are your thoughts on this? Jason Statham fan?
I'm going with Jason. Yep. I dig him. I like him. I like the action in this movie. I like the interaction between him and Dwayne Johnson. Like, it's a great movie.
Big Al, I would say if anybody suffers, it's the entire United Kingdom. Because how can you, like you said, E, how can you go to Hawaii and show how awesome that culture is, and then you cut to the scenes in the UK, and it's a bit drab. It's a bit bland, like their food.
Little tea and crumpets, huh? It's like tea and crumpet. But you know what? It's all about The Rock. It's all about Jason Statham.
Yeah.
He's bad. And also, man, Idris Elba, he kicks butt anyway. So he can take his tea and crumpets and just knock people out the way. Doesn't matter. It's an awesome, awesome performance.
Agreed all the way around. We sat down with the cast. Take a look.
Being here today, back in the islands of Hawaii, here on Kauai, where we shot the movie Hobbs and Shaw, the reaction from the press, the reaction from the fans, it's very, very gratifying, and I'm so happy. And not only that, but I am so happy that so many people have been moved by the showcasing of our Samoan culture and who were so unfamiliar with Samoan culture. And interestingly enough, and beautifully enough, they have identified with Samoan culture as, oh, it's just like my culture too, when we talk to people around the world. It's very special.
Those guys are awesome together. I'll tell you why I think this movie works. It's kind of the anti-chemistry of it all.
Yeah,
it's like a buddy road trip movie gone bad. Like, way back in the day. I hate to date myself, but I will. When I was a little kid, it was Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
Wow.
When you put the two of them together, you know it was going to be awesome.
Yeah, you know what? Mel Gibson, take it back to the old school. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Right there. That's my favorite.
Perfect.
Right
No, I'm thinking like Ice Cube and the Kevin Hart.
Same kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
Rush Hour 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 3.
For all of the reasons these pairings work, that's why this works, because you really think these guys hate each other, but they're working for a common cause.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't you have history with Dwayne Johnson? Like, you guys have like matching tattoos or something.
Funny story. If you take a look at this picture right here on my Facebook page was taken in Rio on the set of Fast 5. And I said, Mr. Johnson, I've got a tattoo that looks similar. Can we take a picture? Right before the camera snapped, he got me in a headlock, and to this day, it's one of my favorite pictures ever.
I dig it.
Also, I'm the very first person to ever talk to him about his movie career. Want to see that?
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I wanna see it.
Okay.
That's time travel way back in time on the set of the movie The Scorpion King. I went to London, England again to talk to him. Take a look.
This movie, you're the Scorpion King, and right there, I think that says it all. Like if it was the Bunny King or the Woodland Squirrel King, you might be a good guy, but I'm guessing you're the bad guy.
The bad guy. The Scorpion King is the bad guy, but you know he has a lot of good traits about him, a lot of social redeeming qualities about him. You know
Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
he had one more chance, and he laid the smackdown on that other army, and of course his soul was sucked away, and of course that it's very admirable. He just wanted that one more fight, and he was willing to give up his soul for it. Was it the right thing to do? Somewhat. Was it the best thing to do? Well, I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Man, it was funny seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with a little bit of hair in the front.
I know.
Just a little bit, you know.
Speaking of hair, though, what were you going for? Was that Lance Bass, Justin Timberlake?
Them tips, man.
It was my first of many midlife crises. Moving on. Big Al, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, let's talk about that ride, man. That ride, Universal Studios.
Oh, yes! Jurassic World is now open at Universal Studios. We take you on your first behind-the-scenes ride with the stars next. Hey, we're back! Summertime, extra butter, hanging out with my friends. It is E. Clark, it is Heather Brand, and the world-famous Big Al.
What's up? What's happening?
All right, guys, so what would summertime be without a visit to a theme park, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
I would say Disneyland led the charge with that tiny little thing that they opened up called Galaxy's Edge.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
However, boom! Jurassic Park now open with its Jurassic World ride at Universal Studios. How
yes.
exciting is that?
I'm ready
Very.
to see that.
Love it.
And how many of you rode that as a little kid when it was Jurassic Park?
Oh my
I did.
God. Yes. Yes.
What was it like, that anticipation?
the anticipation, Jurassic Park. Like, you think that it's real, the dinosaurs, everything. It's so exciting.
Well, now it's like that, only on steroids. I went behind the scenes of the big grand opening, and lo and behold, all of the stars showed up. Now, I have to tell you something. Hey, you've done red carpets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Describe the mayhem. Give me a sample. I'll be like one of the stars coming down the pipe. Just
all the media, all the cameras, people putting microphones in front of you. Yeah, hey, sir, come where with you? Sir, please, come, one question. It's like that.
I would have run off it. I got a mic cable.
Yeah, except it's like 50 of us. 50 people at the same time.
So I could tell, and you've seen this before, I could tell that Chris Pratt was about to make a breeze past us, and then I remembered I had an ace in the hole. I'm friends with his brother.
Yes,
so
yes.
I said, hey, Cully Pratt's brother. And boom, he responded.
Nice.
So watch, I talked to him for a second. The minute I clear him, he runs back to the other reporters, and like all of a sudden there are like 3,000 mics in his face. Wow. Take a look. Hey, it's Chris Pratt. He's about to leave. Hey, Chris Pratt, Cully Pratt's brother, Cully Pratt's friend.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
How are you?
Yeah, good. Good to see you.
When are you going to get him down here to ride the ride?
I don't know. Soon, hopefully soon. Maybe next week.
What should we expect?
You're gonna get wet. You're gonna have thrills. It's exciting. You're gonna see some dinosaurs. You're gonna feel hunted. There's a combination of darkness and wetness that is really thrilling, and the drop is even crazier than before.
Wow, Chris Pratt, were you nervous, man?
Well, I mean, I've talked to him before. I was just nervous about the whole press conference thing.
Yeah.
Did I just spit popcorn on everybody? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well,
here, I'll get that
we'll
out
just
of
take
there.
that out of
We'll
there.
just put that one back for
Don't
later.
worry about that one.
I'm not used to the press conference thing, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't even know they were all going to be showing up like that. And like when Bryce Dallas Howard came down the pipe, I thought, oh man, I'm only going to have one shot for one question. So listen to how like usually my very wimpy voice, suddenly I turned on the press conference voice. Take a listen. You literally grew up on this lot. What's it like being a part of the lot?
Yes, I mean, it's kind of wild because when my dad was doing Apollo 13 here, it was here on the lot, and I would sneak off and I would go into the Jurassic Park ride, legitimately. And so this is extremely surreal for me.
Man, that was a good question, Mark.
Thank you very much. Man, it's almost like that question's been asked 3,000 times before. I asked her that same question in the junket sit-down interview. I knew I was going to get something good.
Okay.
I was trying to show off with all the other reporters. It worked out okay.
It worked.
Little do they know, I'm a hack. Actually, they probably do know that. All right, so this ride, what should we tell people to look forward to?
Oh my gosh, you know, I thought it was real as a kid.
Yeah.
I think it's real now as an adult. Like, they did such a good job.
Yeah, especially like the beginning, the animatronics in the beginning. Because there was a time when it was Jurassic Park, the skins were kind of starting to rip and fall off a little bit. They're good again. They're all good again. How about you?
I mean, you can when you're going in the boat, you can feel the water splash on you. You can even smell the dinosaur's breath.
Oh, when you get into like the virtual aquarium part of it, that was so cool.
Yes.
With the Fishosauruses?
Yes.
Yeah, the alligator thing.
Those things.
All right, and the ultimate part of the ride.
Oh, the drop.
Wasn't
the
still
drop. Oh my
the drop.
God. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, you can see an entire ride through of Jurassic World all the way from start to finish on our YouTube page.
Like
and
subscribe.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up in a moment, it is Seth Rogen. It is Charlize Theron together at last. Not that we were looking forward to it, but now we know why it's so awesome. It is The Long Shot next. Hey, welcome back. Hope you're having an awesome summer. It's another edition of Extra Butter. Now is the point where we talk about, don't let anybody catch us, but this is the point in the show where we talk about movies you can watch at home. You don't have to see at a big fancy movie theater. All right, Long Shot. Did anybody get caught off guard by how awesome this movie was?
Man,
Anybody? I didn't think it was going to be that great.
The chemistry was just great. I was surprised. I mean, Charlize Theron and Seth. I mean, you know, comedy was great, but the romance was even better. I was surprised. I was very surprised.
I was surprised that a romance developed in this movie. I mean, come on now. Like, in the real world, I would not pair those two together.
Right.
No,
However, Heather, and correct me if I'm wrong, but once it's explained in the movie how they came together, doesn't it seem like it could conceivably happen?
Absolutely. I think it's perfect.
Have you ever in your life been attracted to someone from your past that you traditionally didn't find attractive?
Well, Mark. No, I'm just kidding.
There's not enough time in this show to delve into that.
Way too much tea. Way too much tea.
But I was digging it. Even when they hang out together on the junket set, they were cool together. Take a look. Both of you, I would vote for president for a number of reasons. And I know you're not here to participate in improv. It's
going
not
to be a big mistake. It will be a big mistake.
You like these conceptual takes on it.
If you were campaigning for Charlize, why would I vote for Charlize Theron?
Don't.
Well, you couldn't because she's not born in America. She's not born in America, so you would be wasting your vote and potentially committing voter fraud.
Game
which
over.
You should not be doing. But
and she doesn't want to be president. So I would say you should not vote. You definitively should not vote for Charlize Theron.
Well done.
But her characters, yeah.
Hey, man,
them I would vote
I
for.
vote Charlotte all day long.
Exactly.
Why should this guy be president?
I should not.
Well, he's Canadian, so he
I
can't
can't be
as
president.
well.
So also, yeah,
Yes, I
you'd be
think we're
wasting
both-
your vote.
You will be
All
wasting
right,
your vote.
flip it, prime minister.
Whoa, I shouldn't be prime minister either. I don't think, right? Probably.
I think you could be a fun prime minister.
I would be a fun prime
You
minister.
would be a fun prime minister.
Trudeau's having some scandals, so yeah, we'll see. Maybe they might need me.
And I personally think you dress better than him. So
That's very nice.
It's true.
I did hug
Yeah.
him once, and it was like hugging a marble statue. Like he
Oh, really?
Yes, like he was one of the more muscular people I've embraced in my life. Yeah.
Well, one of the more muscular leaders of the world.
Yes, he's
I don't
very
like my
muscular.
leaders too muscular.
Too muscular. You want a little
because
dough
then
on your
wonder
leader.
What,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Yeah,
Are they
exactly.
just working
You
out?
shouldn't be working out so hard.
I don't
Yeah.
want them to work out
No,
that hard.
You should be in the war room.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Love them together. You know what else surprised me? I love the relationship. Everybody should have a friend as good as his friend in this movie. Ice Cube's son. Anybody remember what's his name? What's his name?
O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson does a phenomenal job in this movie.
Fred, you body. Doesn't mean anything. Fred, put your seatbelt on. Take care of my friend. All right? I look normal? You look cool. I love you, Fred! Bad boys for life!
And we all need a friend like that.
Yeah. Got to have it. Gotta have it.
And also, it touches on politics a little bit in this movie, and it touched on it in a way where they could have instantly thought, oh no, here we go, we're gonna alienate everybody. But they didn't. They did okay.
I like seeing the president, at least like seeing her loosen up a little bit to Seth and the romance that fall from there. I thought it was excellent.
I like this movie. When it was in theaters, I said go see it in theaters. So by all means, rent it or buy it today.
Yes. You
Yep.
must do that. You
All
must
right.
do that.
Yep, watch it at home. Do
All
it.
right, coming up in a moment, The Intruder. This is one of the best thriller action movies I've seen in a long, long time. It's cast and Deon Taylor, my friend. Next. Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter hanging out, my friends. Once again, roll call. E. Clark and
Heather Brent
and
Big Al Sams
and Marcus Allen. Now's the point we talk about some more movies that you can catch at home. I wanted you to see it in theaters, but now you need to buy it by all means. Should I give a disclaimer?
Do it.
All right, I'm friends with the filmmaker. Deon Taylor and I go way back. I helped him produce one of his first movies. My producing career is in its infancy, but he has helped me out immensely. So just know if this movie sucked, I would still be telling you it's great. However, have my back. It really is a good movie.
Yes, it is. It
Thriller.
is.
Not since Hannibal Lecter have I been as creeped out by some guy on screen like Dennis Quaid in this movie.
Oh my God! It was very scary, very thrilling. And moving into a house and the guy never leaves. That's scary to me. Very, very scary.
Was anybody in an audience when it was theatrically where Michael and Megan would make decisions and someone would yell at the screen, "No!"
That was me. That was me doing that. Don't do it.
That's why I was rooting for Dennis Quaid, because they were making some decisions
Stupid
that were like,
moves.
no, you did not invite him over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Anytime something bad happened, you're going, yeah, you had that coming to you because you're dumb. It would be a good public service announcement to show this movie about.
Don't be an idiot.
Exactly.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't enable stalkers, for that matter, right?
Right.
I sat down with Michael and Megan to talk about it. Take a look.
Wait till you're in an audience and you hear people shouting at you. Say, don't! No! What are you doing? Especially you.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah.
You had to know when you're laying down that scene that that's going to be moments in the movie where people are going,
Yeah.
bad choices.
Well, yeah, I think, early on, Deon and I had a lot of conversations where I was like, well, I don't think she would do this because people are going to be like, he's like, no, that's the point. We want people. This is the moment where we want the girls to go, oh my God, don't do that because, and this is the moment we want the guys to go, no. So the more you leaned into it, the more you gave yourself over to it. And that's kind of the fun of it, is that we wanted the film to be interactive.
Those guys are really good together. And
What?
by the way,
Storyline? What?
during that interview, you were saying they were especially good
There was
together.
some good making good love making, video R&B scenes in
Very
that movie.
convincing.
Very R&B
I don't
90s
see nothing
vibe.
wrong.
I was distracted. What? Storyline? What? I'm sorry. I forgot.
On the floor, I'm like, come on, Megan.
Yeah.
If you haven't been delivering in the bedroom, again, this would be a great public service announcement. Am I right?
Do it like them.
Do it like them, basically.
Exactly. Speaking of lovemaking, this is a horrible segue, but I love my friend Deon Taylor. I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. We hugged it out. Take a look. my friend.
Man.
Dude, I just got to come over there, man. I got to tell you, they say a sign of success is when you're as happy for your friend's success as your own.
That's
and
right.
Last night when I saw Dion Taylor pop up at the end of this movie, I go, yeah! That's the way to do it.
Yes.
You got a hit.
I hope, man. It's playing like it, man. I'm really excited. I'm more excited about the movie. Do you know what I mean? And the experience in the movie theater. Like, last night I popped my head in there for a second and I went out. And we had just screened it the night before and I was like, man, people are like screaming and yelling. And I said, oh, this is going to be great.
The snapshot of this movie is one thing, but if you really pick it apart, this is a good old-fashioned monster movie.
That's it,
and
man.
you have created a monster.
That's right.
Dennis Quaid, like Silence of the Lambs
He's
level,
incredible.
indelible
He's
images.
incredible. He's incredible. Like, seriously, when you pull it all the way back, all day, man, we've been having conversations about him.
Right.
This guy's incredible in this movie. I mean, he's incredible. I mean, from the beginning, you're laughing. You're like laughing at the screen. You're talking about him.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you go, wait, he's crazy. And then at the end, you're like, what is? Yeah, it's that good. He's that good.
I said this was a great date movie, and I'll say it again. Now it's a great date-at-home movie. In fact, the aforementioned scenes you were talking about in the bedroom, maybe it'll even inspire some of that at the end of the night.
Dion, hook me up with Megan.
Make it happen.
Dion!
You can make it happen.
Do it.
You've met Dion a few times, right?
Oh, sure.
Is he not one of the kindest, like, you're rooting for him because
Yes,
he's one of the coolest people on the planet.
He's a very cool brother, man, and he loves playing. I played hoop with him before, so
Right?
yeah, he's very cool.
All right, you guys, this wraps up this edition of Extra Butter. Be sure and follow us on YouTube. You need to
Like
and
Subscribe.
There you go. And where do we find you?
E. Clark Comedy on Instagram.
Hey, man, thanks for hanging out. Will you come back again sometime?
Please.
Good to have you.
It's
All
all
right,
good.
Heather Brent.
Heather_Brent.
All right, as always, lovely to have you. World famous Big Al Sams.
At Big Al Sam's. Very simple.
All right, thanks for having you, man. All right, dig in, popcorn here. Be sure and like and subscribe YouTube, and we'll see you next time on Extra Butter. Shout out to the troops watching on AFN.
Yeah!
Popcorn, popcorn.